be much stronger. I cannot believe our Torb actually found that kill on Ego. That's the big timing for eHome, is that Ag Scepter on the Tinker. All of a sudden, 4 rockets, lasers bouncing through everyone.
It's like Ego didn't believe that Artur would come out of the tree line and try and run out that way.
So for eHome, is that Ag Scepter on the Tinker. All of a sudden, hey,
really good
rockets, lasers bouncing through everyone.
The community yesterday,
it's like Ego didn't believe that Artur would come out of the tree line.
He recognized timing. Laser on Ag Scepter on the Tinker. All of a sudden, hey, really good rockets, lasers bouncing through everyone.
It's like Ego didn't believe that Artur would come out of the tree line.
He recognized timing. Laser on Ag Scepter on the Tinker. All of a sudden,
bouncing, get his way to safety. The creep wave was coming in, but it still would have been a pretty hard one. So another good pick off from eHome. Buys the space. The game is still in no one's favor. It's 1,000 gold and experience close together.
Yeah, and eHome, you can see the way they're itemizing and how they want to play this game. They already have 2 Force Staffs. You've got bots now on the Leshrac, a Blink on Faith Beyond. It's all about pace. They want to just sweep the map constantly. Tinker can deal with lanes. The other 4 heroes constantly looking for fights. Pop those BKBs from EG, work them down to 5 seconds, and then the amount of time they need to stall the engagements is going to decrease as this game continues.
Can someone deward this Observer Ward finally? Like, Dire Jungle, they continuously replace it. Doesn't block the camps, but it watches when Tinker is farming up.
I like this from Crit. Just, he has the pipe. S4 going for the Vlads into Blade Mail. Blade Mail very effective against Tinker because it makes it
Crit.
It's hit or miss whether you can rearm into immediate blink if a Blade Mail target is standing in your March of Machines, because you're constantly bombarded with those tiny ticks of damage.
True. It's like in the way Crit played that, with a little bit of extra information, he walks down the river and not just straight down the lane and into the Dire vision. Able to avoid the EG gank. Avoid the eHome gank.
Ayasha finished on Sumail, going for the Dragon Lance next, probably into a Hurricane Pike at some point.
S4.
Yeah.
Rocket reveals the Tinker, but Tinker completed his TP out only just in time.
S4, and you can even see, look at Fly, he's doubled down. He bought a Midas. I think he finished that like post 20 minutes, but you just don't care, because if you're EG, you know, like, it's so much easier to kill a Tinker than it is for your enemy to kill your Terrorblade. Just the way this game functions. eHome, you have a couple Force Staff, sure, but there's no hard save like an Astral, like a Snowball.
Yep.
And it's S4, like, you can't itemize against this. If he finds the Tinker, he's in trouble and isolated. That's the real target for EG. The Leshrac as well of ASD. Going to start dealing some heavy damage. Expect him to get that level 20 Pulse Nova damage talent. Already 3 points in his ult. He'll start doing 230 a tick once he skills that up. He's going to be going for BKB next. Butterfly finished on Artur, so he's just going to accelerate even faster. Roche eventually will become an objective here, but it's so difficult for either team to fight the enemy in the pit if they're grouped up in a choke point. Yep. So wait for a more considerable advantage, numbers advantage specifically, if you're EG.
It's just side lane pressure. Tier 2 for Tier 2 tower. S4 is trying to keep the Tinker on his toes. Always that Clockwork rocket out. This is the primary reason why the Clockwork was the 5th pick from EG. They needed a catch against the Tinker. And how many times have we also seen this? Tiny sitting on the bottom lane, just mopping up the creep waves, always adding side lane pressure. Faith Beyond's taking care of the mid. And eventually EG will want to come high ground, but up against a Tinker, even like Tinker and Lightning, it's so difficult to do. And right now, it's eHome who's winning the Tier 3 damage battle.
Yep. And you can see the difference in just concept. EG running more of a obviously a 2-core lineup, 2-3. eHome with 3 cores and then, you know, a 4 and a very poor 5. Both supports of EG, thanks to the Midas, the GPM talents, they're going to scale. So sure, S4, like, his net worth has been pretty static, but he's got his core items up. He has no problem with rich supports in a game like this. And it's more space for the Sumail and Arteezy dual core.
Huska's been forced back, thanks to Observer and Sentry Ward up on the hillside. This tiny Shadow Blade, we're not going to catch up more, but the Observer and Sentry from Dire side will be able to see Terrorblade, but they want to find Clockwork. Toss him back in. Perfect ice path. There will be the problematic of that Blade Mail of Clockwork, but they just tank through it.
Yep.
And find the kill, a quick D-ward, but the Darkseer wall creates the illusions. Terrorblade wanting to walk away. He's got BKB available. The Ice Path's already connected Terrorblade on the Half-Life. Remember that Sunder BKB. They need to burst him down, and now he'll BKB. Looking for a Sunder target. It's going to be the Darkseer, Faith Beyond. The support is moving in. Tinker TPing to the Shrine. These BKBs, they're wearing out quickly because they bought them so early. They're force-staffing forward. They still want the Terrorblade. No Sunder, no BKB. Tiny, toss him up in the air. The Ice Path won't connect, but maybe with Leshrac in the middle of the fight. Defensive imprisonment is doing the work, and Tusker creates space in the back line. He's got the space created and the shard block up. They will not want to force it any further. Tiny dies, and you manage to keep Arteezy alive on the whole of eHome, chasing him to kill him. What objective they had.
That was a confident move by Arteezy. He pops the BKB and doesn't teleport out immediately as he could have. Instead, choosing to trust his teammate, Sumail coming through with the clutch Astral just before the Lesh stun connected. And that's the issue. Once you're Astral defensively, and then the egg is on top, if you're eHome, it's indefensible. You cannot continue trying to assault EG's backlines because they're just too powerful. The turnaround potential of a Tusk and a Clock catching you off guard, like,
the double save.
Blink on OD ready.
Oh, hook shots out, and you'll say goodbye to Innocence. TB the try is being cancelled.
I like this item from Sumail now. All of a sudden, he can find himself on top of whatever target S4 gives him, be that the Jakiro now, but later in this game.
Surging. Tiny forward. He's not underneath the sentry wall. They've got their own sentry. Now he is visible, and he jumps in. Double avalanche. They need a combination. The stun with the fact with the BKBs from Sumail come off. He's got Eclipse available. He can just drop it on the heads to the north if he wants to find the kill, but he doesn't have the vision to play with. Now his BKB will wear off. Defensive imprisonment. Is there a
mana, coy?
He preps it. The Ice Path.
Whoa!
He blinks away. Triple
bisa
going to the
ngebling ya?
circle. That may be to make more space in the shot. He controls up 3 in the back lines. Another defensive imprisonment from Sumail. Triple finally go down to the Dagon of Tinker, but they're looking for it, but no force up in the Eclipse. Sumail is trying to style, but even he does not have enough style to get away from that eHome lineup.
Overconfidence from EG. Meta's on cooldown. Arteezy had teleported out towards bottom. You do not want to be there. It's fine to lose Tusk, like we've said, but Sumail just a bit over-aggressive.
They're going again. Avalanche in. Arteezy, now the target in mid. They want him to burn this BKB again. He can send a life on Tiny, but it's not a lot of life. He gets back again. The Ice Path will miss this. Not to mention the split earth, but he's BKB. He turns around, looking for the kill on Leshrac. Underneath the Supernova, he feels more confident. S4
Skill satunya mana, woi, Arteejo?
The stun from the Supernova will connect over on the high ground, but with the Avalanche behind the lines, they still need to keep moving on. It's just not possible. eHome, they're sliding all over EG, and EG is slippery as hell, all down into the grave. 5 heroes die, crit respawns quickly, but eHome, they are getting the fights they've always dreamed of.
Udah nggak ada Sunder.
Arteezy's gotta be spamming illusions towards mid. I understand you don't want to allow these lanes to head towards your structures, but like you've got 2 heroes dead. There's no reason EG should be taking that fight aggressively. Like, saving Arteezy is the goal. Even if he's got a BKB run away, so be it. It's already down to 6 seconds. Like,
Crip, he's walking in. He thought he can go for some shenanigans, but the Observer and Sentry is up. Tiny keeps him occupied as Roshan will go down, but you know support wants to jump over. In fact, it's going to be Crit starting up the counter initiation onto Tiny, giving Sumail some intel buff up. So Tiny will throw away his life to create the space for eHome to get the Aegis of the Immortal. And that is in the hands of the Leshrac. A 20 Bloodstone charge now, Leshrac.
Yeah. It goes back to this concept that we've seen abused by many of the top teams in this tournament. Which draft scales more to deal building damage? And that's what eHome is working against. You're playing great. They're playing better than EG right now, but they don't have the ability to punish mistakes like EG does. If EG takes 1 fight and the Terrorblade's alive, Tinker's dead, that's a Rax, maybe even 2. eHome, you win this huge fight, you wipe your enemy, and you get just the Roshan. And even that was a little close because you got to back up immediately. You don't have the time anymore to look and establish any map control just because you don't have that raw physical damage, and nobody's going to be scaling to do that.
Like, all you really have is Edict. That's it. Like, Diabolic Edict from the Leshrac. And you do have, you have Tiny with Tree. They are pretty damn good at bringing down buildings. Crit under the Invis rune. A Sentry ward is there. They vacuum back in, and that is one very dead Tuskar. Dead for 50 seconds. eHome with an Aegis the Immortal behind them. Maybe they feel confident enough to force down some lanes. Go down mid. Actually use that Diabolic Edict.
Yeah. The OD blink after Astral we just saw abused by Sumail there. I believe that was because the Ice Path had not formed yet. You have 2 ways on eHome to prevent that. If you, they're like, I don't know how to explain, but like frame canceling stuns like Mirana Arrow. If you spawn in the arrow, you're stunned. You cannot blink away. The same way it functions with Vacuum, if you just come out into it. And I believe Ice Path, although I know you can BKB coming down from a Yules into an Ice Path. I don't believe you can blink, but I imagine we'll probably see that interaction soon.
Just as an educational thread, everyone, how does Ice Path interact with every single stun that's available in the game?
And it's not like there's any rules for this, okay? Like,
this is
it's
Dota.
just Ice Frog. Like, hey, this is how it works. And he'll change it.
It's just like, yeah, in Omni Slash you can TP out now. Yeah, that. It's just Dota, everyone. It's just Dota. In the words of Lacoste, can I get some frogs in chat? He loves that.
Level 18 on the Phoenix now, so he's got that maxed out egg, and I don't think eHome can reliably target it. I expect Fly to at some point. He's actually going for a Radiance. I mean, this man is wealthy. By pretty soon, S4 is going to find himself in the Zai location where he's just the cheapest player on his team.
Is eHome really reading this? They got a Tinker Ward down. EG is preparing a gank.
They
now
pinged out
Clockwork
Arteezy. They know he's not
because
here.
the rock comes out, and they need to get the Avalanche through the tree lines. Clockwork should be okay. The tree toss will not be able to reach him, but underneath the Observer Ward, that is, well, I guess S4 can have a very good vision of his own death.
EG's gem timing is going to be critical because right now they're consistently playing under wards placed by eHome. You don't want to grab it too early because then you might potentially lose it, and then all of a sudden eHome's massive lane shove and pickoff potential.
The blink forward, looking for the kill on Arteezy, but Arteezy only had to walk a little bit further forward, but Avalanche toss, something needs to save ASD. The Aegis Immortal will break. Arteezy still has his BKB as well as the Sunder. There's going to be a hard fight for eHome to take, though inside the Darkseer wall and the Macropie. Maybe they have the damage. Perfect. Phoenix Sun is out. eHome must retreat. Tuskar will fall. eHome do get out of range of the Phoenix Sun, and you've got Leshrac on the run, banished up. He triggered the Bloodstone, so he already got his life back up again, but the Tinker, the laser hits, the Sun Ray will burn through. Leshrac goes down. Tiny will join him too. Fly is going to do so much work. He'll get the kill on Tiny in the back lines, while Jakiro dies in the front. Fly with a double kill.
That fight's not a favorable location for eHome. You want to be around creep waves or structures. You have a Tinker on your side, and the nearest wave was a full 2 blinks of distance away before you could even start getting rockets off reliably. But just well played by EG. This is how they win fights. You can't kill Arteezy reliably anymore. He's got a Satanic.
You mentioned it though, right?
2500 HP.
Like, if eHome really is the complexity of China, it's the mid-game run at you. They took the fight up on top. There was a ward inside the Radiant jungle, and that's why you saw Leshrac just TP to mid, Nova down the wave, and then jumped into the jungle. They wanted to kill off Arteezy. 1 kill isn't enough for them. They want to find more. As Fly, well, wants to stay alive as well. Ego begins his TP out. The Fly, you know that Radiance you were talking about? The Relic's coming out in the Courier.
Oh, look at mid
and
lane.
even look towards mid. Darkseer, BKB's available. He can survive through this. He'll BKB inside the cogs. Tinker needs to make the most out of this. Can he actually laser and buy some time? And no, the shards, Darkseer, Arteezy. He's uncertain if he wants to take the fight.
He was blocked out. The tree prevented him from actually entering the Ice Shard. May have been able to finish Faith Beyond. The Force was on cooldown. But he does have Greaves, pretty tanky. And you look at this, all of a sudden EG is a 4K Goldie. It went from minus like 2K, 6K swing. They've cleared out the towers, and this is how you want to beat a Tinker. You keep him in his base. You remove his structures and his ability to play the map. And now, camping creep waves, you can find kills, and all of a sudden it's a lot scarier for Ego to venture out on the map alone.
Especially now you see OD with the Scythe available. And you'll have the Hex. It's the amplification with the intel. That's 178 int on the OD, which all goes to buffing up the Eclipse thanks to the Tinker Observer Ward. Down. There goes your Eclipse. Faith Beyond's BKB will protect him so he can surge himself away underneath the Phoenix Sun. But on the other side, Clockwork dying to Leshrac. The blink forward from ASD gives him a double kill. But you know Sumail once more. 28 intel stolen. He hit so hard. Make it 32. Eclipse, he'll have his way to jump back out to Ego. A quick blink. Faith Beyond is running back as Arteezy chases him as well. ASD will finally go down. That was a certainty.
And Artur has done a great job thus far of avoiding the VAC wall. Even if you're BKB'd, you will spawn a wall illusion, and that solves a lot of eHome's physical damage problems if all of a sudden they have a Terrorblade of their own, dealing almost 100% damage. You don't get certain item bonuses. But, man, like, this feels like just an easy game for EG, similar to Vici in their last series, where Vici Gaming just drafted themselves into a hole. They put themselves on a clock in that decisive Game 3, and even though, like, I don't even know if EG feels like they outplayed Vici. They were just in a position where they had a much cleaner draft, and it was far easier to execute. eHome, they put themselves on a clock. They are up against the clock, and it's not working out too well.
I get that, but at the same time, I feel like eHome's team fight, it still has a lot of bite to it. And their counter push that can come from inside the base is also quite good. So does EG continue to find these fights outside the base?
Not if eHome stands as 4 heroes on their high ground, but it's possible. It all comes down to the gem timing. I think that's the next play here for EG. I expect to see someone grab that pretty soon and just start to limit the vision of eHome. You can see Arteezy sending a TB illusion, hopefully to check those bottom bounties. I see them being pinged out, but I think that was eHome. Somebody should go grab those.
Yeah,
you've got a lot of gold.
You've got Tinker with Refresher Blink. He can, like, when Tinker is inside your own base, you know there's issues.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's really changed about late game Dota. We don't typically see games go too long anymore. When you get to this stage, that bounty, 122 gold. EG's advantage, like, they just went up so like 2,200 off those 4 bounties they collected. You don't really need to do anything. Look at it, from 5 to 10 in a couple of minutes. And a lot of it's just those bounties. A product of establishing map control, keeping eHome in their base is you don't really need to do anything. Just keep grabbing the runes, kill the next Roche, and your advantage at some point is going to be insurmountable.
They're looking for a toss-back target. Tiny is trying to find one. Faith Beyond blinks forward, but this can definitely reveal the fact that Vision is on the hill. And they're pinging it out. We need a sentry ward to the front lines. And hey, look, Phoenix. I think he's got a little bit of cash, Kyle.
Just a little. I mean,
90 gold per minute plus the Hand of Midas.
And this is the key item. Look at what Sumail's got queued up. Refresher Shard, baby. This, I don't know what to do as eHome's side. You have a BKB able to be completed on the Tinker. You already have one on Faith Beyond's Darkseer and the ASD Leshrac. It's just a concern that, like, double Hex, double BKB, you just can't mess with Sumail, ever, if he's got his cooldowns available.
eHome stuck inside their base as well, so there's no way they can contest EG's Roshan. Like, they can smoke, they can search, but by the time they even get to the tier 2 tower position, Roshan is taken by Evil Geniuses. And in fact, they're smoking up and the line is drawn to go south. They want to go the bottom lane, mid as well as top. Has pushed out a little bit. A BT down from the Tinker. He reveals himself. He turns on the Blade Mail, so that's why there's no blink available. And OD also arrives. Tinker will just go down. Buybacks available. And I think eHome were trying to bait with their Tinker, but now it turns into something else. Double TPs down to the shrine. They're in full retreat, eHome.
Well played. That's all the Tinker Ward. I mean, S4, great positioning. He's not with his team. He's not roshing. He's actually playing as far from the pit as possible because that's the lane Tinker will feel the safest in.
Jakura macro pies the bottom lane. They won't have that deep push in the mid. 4-star forward, Tiny. He's got Shadow Blade available. They don't have any detection inside the base, but they don't want to have to buy back on Tinker. So Faith Beyond, he'll burn the wall to create a copy of the Terrorblade. Wants to try and keep it alive. Sumail jumps in to try and get rid of it, but it won't happen.
You don't need EG, just go top. You know the wall's down. This is the big damage. This is the only way eHome gets physical damage.
No Macropire, no wall. Tinker still refusing to buy back. Fortification is up. ASD has returned to the lane. But it looks like Evil Geniuses and will take this top lane of Rax.
Watch for Sumail to just get active. He's so threatening. There he is.
Still no buyback from the Tinker. Terrorblade, so much damage, so much lifesteal. Thanks to the Satanic Tinker will finally buy back. And Sumail, he's underneath the fountain. Drops here! Triple kill on the back of
Baru hidup anjing.
Man, eHome have to be, well, yeah. Get educated.
Tinker's dead. That was the Tinker buyback.
This is the game, really. Without Tinker, there's no way that eHome can really defend their lane of their base.
What I said, one fight, one kill. Tinker's dead. Oh, well, EG win.
Just like Powerball, one fight can change it all for you. Even Refresher All being purchased up by Terrorblade. They got the Hex out. They damage onto Jakiro. Sumail hits like a truck, 40 stolen intelligence. They're trying to get the counter kill into him. Sumail is low, but he will be able to survive. And in fact, they go in even deeper. Sumail actually got the stunted life out from the Terrorblade, and that's who ASD is chasing down. He's forgotten the rest of his team. He's chasing after the Terrorblade, but it won't happen. Hook shot avoided. ASD, he's buying time, but I'm not quite certain time for what.
Look at where Sumail is. He's in the base, casually just hurricane biking.
Just killing
everybody.
everybody.
Oh, he buys the Refresher. Oh,
yeah. He bought it. He actually bought it before. He must have sold it, then repurchased it with the Eclipse. He gets one more kill into Faith Beyond. Leshrac is still battling as much as he can over towards the Shrine to get some mana back, so he can try and battle against Crit, but won't. He'll blink down instead.
Tinker's still dead for 37 seconds.
They can't take full megas. The tier 2 tower is alive on bottom. So they have a little bit of time. ASD will now just, with the bounty room pickup, he needs more creeps before he can afford his sustain through the Octarine.
Discord gak?
Now we can get it.
Hah?
Man, just
Nggak usah.
it feels like it was an EG game. Easy EG game. Nothing even changed. You know, Bulba is just like Ash going up against the Elite Four of China. You win this one, you probably go up against LCD if they're able to beat Fnatic. And he's just like, you know, why would I change out my Pokemon? OD, Terrorblade, these work for me. I'm going to keep it going.
He seems super effective. But eHome, they are fighting. They are not giving up. Just like Ash, you keep losing a whole bunch of tournaments, but you still keep turning up. Hey, don't worry, it's the heart of the Pokemon. Wait, how are we getting crossovers?
I mean, they definitely have the record for most top threes at an event for probably over the last, you know, half decade or so. Don't have, you know, just there's a lot of good Dota to be played, all right? Even even the ones that don't make the land still have a lot of talent.
They have the power to fight.
Abang depan ya.
They took
Abang
even bring him down. Even then, EG failed. Because EG went for objective-based gaming.
Sumail was in the base.
Okay.
His Aegis popped 200
Go boys.
when he would have been in the Fountain's attack range.
They're smoking. They're coming for a fight. Looking for the opening. Arteezy's up on top of the hill. Shards fly forward.
Tak balasnya, sombongnya banget.
From Crit. Arteezy thinking about joining this fight. They've got the toss out. The Sunray's giving Crit so much more life. Arteezy still waiting for the right time to initiate, but ASD pumping out so much damage. And Icarus dive forward under the BKB. Still no Supernova just yet. And the 4-staffs. Nice to get away from the shot. So eHome. So a little bit of chip damage. It was their initiation onto the support, but they still can't find the kill. Instead, they find he'll get the BKB off the Avalanche. It was never able to connect. Tiny hexed up for the moment. You know, Sumail wants to get a little bit of an interesting hurricane spike, but now the orbs, boom, boom, boom. Flying down to the Tiny. Run home, however, Arteezy is taking the tier 3 towers. So while this fight goes on, eHome are being mega creeped. Terrorblade, they have to try and cancel any TP back. Faith Beyond TP, it won't work either. Trying to BKB, and he didn't want to have to use that one before. So Crit and Fly will stay on the back of his tail.
Double BKB ready.
He is isolated, but he has Refresher Orb as well as the BKB.
Dapat dia berdua bounty.
The double parallel wall, they need to try and bring him down. Avalanche onto a support, his BKB is there, not to mention the Sunder, he won't even have it. No one's got enough to really steal it. They back him back in. Maybe actually he has to be pushed back. The range isn't down just yet. This Tinker makes it difficult when the laser bounces through, giving that mischance. The parallel walls, if they're another back, is still at the moment that the range track is finally brought down. Leshrac wants to fight, but so
TP dia. Ini kejar.
Abang ada mana buat kasih gue. Sumail gets smarter and smarter. 52 intelligence stolen, and he's got Eclipse up. You know he wants to nuke him.
This is going to be fun.
Ready?
He's going to go in.
Ready? Hammer is in 3, 2, 1, boom! Goodbye, Faith Beyond. Goodbye, everybody else. The Nova's dropped as well. Sumail is as smart as they come. He'll end this game on 88 stolen intelligence against eHome. It's a smart draft. They are meant to be geniuses. Evil ones.
Main PT aja sih mas kalau PA sekarang.
I agree with that statement, Toby. But
Vladimir Deso ya.
Script
Apa?
Vladimir Deso.
Boleh. Bang Sandi buat Sandi. Bang.
Vladimir. They prefer to play high tempo, all about the mid game, and I mean you can kind of feel it in the crowd. Just all together, Withers at the end. don't even think that their draft allows them an opportunity to really play that game much better once you hit 40 minutes.
It's just such an odd pickup to have the Leshrac at the end to take the Tinker out of mid and then to completely ignore any level of physical damage. You're right in saying it was a simple execution from EG. All they had to do was not screw up. And Ehome was still looking for the fights. They still found S4 a couple of times. They found Crit. They found Fly and really got richer than anybody else.
And I like that. You could make an argument perhaps that EG's cores could have scaled a bit better. They both went second item BKB. But that sort of stabilizes the game, and it enables the two supports to be greedier, notably Fly, going for the Midas into Radiant. He has a BKB to end the game. Like, you're very confident, obviously, the way they played. Ehome, EG, you know well, he's going to probably look to do something real damn similar.
We may see almost exactly the same problem. 3 out of 5 is normally the EG way of going through each series. But Ehome, they willing to let the RD change game 2 if they want to stand a chance to stay here in the Chongqing Major.
Ada apa?
Beli mango ya banyak-banyak berarti. Olah. Mau mid mau boleh. Aku ada HST nih, Bang. Ada ikat. Ayo Bang boleh. Bang boleh. Sabar. Ya Bang.
Oh yes. Not yet. Quick strike.
They did say what?
Not yet. Yes.
Lah nih.
Surreptitiously.
Ya. Atas.
For the veiled ones.
One.
Sabar lu, aku nge-pull.
Ayo coy.
It is not time yet.
Tas mau lebih.
Fails my blade.
Awas, car missing. Oh ada.
The shadow.
Weh, creep banyak weh.
I'm under attack.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Beli mango aja bari biar ada mana.
Moving quickly. In I go. It is not time yet. Have some blade.
Want some pointers?
Don't blink or you'll miss me. Got to keep my hand in. Where least expected. Your middle
Car missing.
tower is under attack. Quick strike.
Nah ya.
Car missing ya.
Jalan.
Have some blade.
Bonti ya.
Siap on.
Shadow.
Ntar lu gua ngainin dulu coy.
Sneaky.
Iya. Terus back ya.
Blink of an eye. Surreptitiously. Creeping in. Yes. Look sharp.
Ayo itu.
Nah, terus terus.
Pertang.
Ha. Your middle tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Sini bang.
Didn't stand a
Kira tos ke aku tadi.
Oh yes.
Udah ada serak. Itu selalu datang.
Middle tower.
Baca saya Bang boleh. Grimnya Bang. Bang, grimnya Bang. Ini aja Mas.
Your middle tower is phantom strikes. Falls my shadow, fells my blade.
Nggak bakal mati
careful.
itu Senta, kita berdua mah.
They see me not.
Oh, saya.
Or you'll miss me. Your middle tower is under attack.
Ada Grimnya. Harus matiin dulu. Ini aja. Oh, mantap.
Atas juga aman sih atas. Aman.
Farm ya?
Bes.
Udah
Ini lawannya SCTN ya?
Iya.
SCTN beneran.
Iya.
Fashion mah. Iya, SCTN. Bet.
Aku yang susah, mata lah Grim. Di skill 2 kena 3 auto dead. Gue bangun.
Siapa ya? Grim dulu atau gimana? Siapa? Grim dulu aja. Centaurnya cuekin. Tuh HP 1K ya Centaur plus Stout Shield. Grimnya aja. Pokoknya setiap perang Grimnya dulu dah.
Iya.
Bisa membalik soalnya kalau kan mati Grimnya.
Pas fight Mas kejar.
Apa nih Dota 2 G ini?
The more information you have, the better the decisions. Data is crucial to do important decisions in Dota games and even before the Dota game in preparation. I think it's really cool that a big company like SAP is investing into esports and that I can be a part of it is amazing.
EG going to take down the first game, but the big question we have on the desk, did eHome beat themselves in their draft?
Go,
My
boy.
name is Rich. I'm going to be your host. I'm joined
Go.
on the desk by Gods and Black. We're going to talk about this series in detail and try to predict what's going to happen in the next one.
So this
Mas.
is eHome.
Grimnya.
This is eHome's draft.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I got Black.
Lagi dong, bisa nggak?
Saya bisa ada ikan.
Even that failed. So we're just going to,
He's getting a bit better than yesterday, at least, you know. Or picking
yeah, that wasn't too tough. Gods. Black
Nice.
Dan body.
of the draft coming out.
Hati itu Scar, Sing.
they had
Falls my shadow.
Bisa lagi nih, sumpah.
Nggak ada mana. Coba atas.
their play was
Hati punap.
push, trying to play the early game. And
Oh iya, ada.
not, what
Top.
second
Wih, bud. Nice.
game is just over.
I know Black was
Dia motong dari sini.
Didn't you see me?
Kira dari. Asos, balik aja.
and played against any team they would
Kasih bling beribi.
I thought it was like a 90-10 draft. Something that
Oh,
was
yes.
ridiculous. Like, you can't draft.
Keren dulu lah.
Oh, ayo Mas. Iya.
Do you
Bentar,
feel like
nanggung.
it's that hard to win with it? Do you think
Gue si PA-nya.
scenario, guys?
Keren.
Ya,
Just how
Also how they lane. Carry
Buat ban aja 2 Mas biar agak alot dik.
everything was so up.
the lanes ended up not costing them too
Your
much.
top
considering
tower
things.
is under
They definitely gave
Bawa aja kita main lagi.
mid lane.
Ya.
I think it's much more than the lanes this game.
Mecha kosong
How
ya,
the
gua
draft
commit
really
deh.
came together.
Dire's structure
Yeah, less
is
Tinker as your
Bun,
1-2
bawah.
position. Full magic damage, nothing against BKBs. Some building pushes
yeah.
really amazing. Leshrac versus TV, I don't
Oh,
really
sakit
feel
lah.
like that's
Your top
really good for
tower
Leshrac.
has
He's
fallen.
melt to the TV metamorph.
Kali,
He
Cuk.
changes you try to walk up to him, you just die to the right click.
Without
So
remorse.
yeah, it wasn't pretty for eHome, even though the game for 25-30 minutes felt kind of
Slip
close.
to
It
their
really wasn't.
guard.
They kind of outplayed them a lot though. I
One
think
for the
eHome had a lot
Phantom.
of good fights. They They won, they
Moving
shouldn't
quickly.
have. Where they just outplayed EG, they caught them out of position, they were in really good positions themselves. But
Sneaky.
if you have this kind of draft, you can't punish anything. Like they won a team fight, they got a Roche, and it took them like 40 seconds.
I mean, Kyle was even saying that. I felt like EHOM was playing better than EG.
Desu BKB sih mas bagus.
They got a Roche.
Right,
EG, they win one fight, they get double Roche.
Vladimir dulu kan?
Gak usah, Vladimirnya ada di
Successful team
Oh,
fight
ya
with
udah.
Tinker Eyes. With Terrorblade, you just put it over.
And also, doesn't this somewhat just play right into EG's hand? This is a team that wanted to make sure they make it to the late game. They're focusing a lot on the team fight with zero.
satu orang deh atas. Sandi.
Home just gives them the time that they needed for everything on EG's
Yes.
side to start clicking.
It is not done yet. Your top tower
But
is
you
under
can't end the
attack.
game earlier too.
Yeah.
Because you don't have tower push.
Ending games early, even if you had a bit more tower push, it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't think it's
This
gonna work.
is
Let's say you
your
put
top
in like a
tower is
shaman
under
or
attack.
something.
Kirimnya dia apa nih?
Building push potential just doesn't still look like a draft.
Blink or
I
you'll
mean,
miss
EG
Atas
had
boleh
like
sini.
15 Yasha BKB. At that
Your
point, he's
top tower
like
is
really
under
struggling.
attack.
So this is where if EG was in eHome's position in the draft.
Tiga.
Hey, R4 instead of West Track. And
Gawat
okay,
deh.
you've got this late game scaling hero, you've got a way to go late game.
Empat.
Instead, they get a West Track. They just double down on this
Oh,
early
yes.
game magic damage, which is not good.
Yeah. And of course, so EG loves going late game.
Bunti.
And they were
Your
not even
top
trying to
tower
end the
is
game.
under
They were just
attack.
farming up, just staying in their own half, farming the enemy side of the map when they can. And that's just EG.
Just hanging out, waiting for
Bantu aku.
in, but when you look at the side of the
Dire
basically say, okay,
structures are
it
fortified.
just looks
Nice
like
counter.
they beat themselves. EG, can we even
Lewat sini,
get
Bun.
any
Ya, ya.
temperature on how
Sentri aku udah apa pula?
Kyle said
Yang
it looked like at times eHome was even outplaying them, but can we really even assess how EG is feeling, how they're looking for the
I'm
rest of the
easy
day?
to
Or was this not
overlook.
an accurate depiction of what we can expect from either of these teams, even within this series?
Yes.
Dulu, nggak ada komplit sentri.
Polishing to do. S4 had another very rough game. But
Have some
you know,
blade.
Sumel back on his OD.
Yeah, so as a team, I don't think they necessarily played around each other perfectly, but
Without
the individual
As
Sumel was like 17 and 1 there at the end. Sumel super.
Dapat aja posisi.
A lot of fun to watch.
Dapat.
You know, Fly's Phoenix going for Midas, playing a bit greedier this
Midas
game.
really-
Moving quickly.
Yeah, I liked it. It's good to see Fly recognize this is a slow game. We're going late game. I've got this
Repulse my
GTM
shadow.
talent, get this
There's
Midas,
my blade.
where there's no pressure on us. I'm gonna go, Midas Radiance.
Bisa datang.
EG individually
Taken by
makes good
surprise.
item calls,
So.
basic plays. It's just the team
Your
wasn't
bottom
clicking
tower is
perfectly,
under
but
attack.
first
Quick
game of the
strike.
day.
Yeah, I'm very excited to
Datang mereka na.
see what strategies we see come out again. Do you think it's really on
Anyway,
eHome
your
right now
bottom
to
tower
just go a
is under
completely different
attack.
route in the draft? Because to a certain degree, it feels like
Least
that
expected.
draft was so reactive. They really looking
Aku datang dari shrine. Aku datang dari shrine.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Aku datang dari shrine.
Take this void,
Go.
get a winning
Go, go.
condition. This game they had none. They win fight, win a fight.
Gua datang.
Tower has fallen.
It's not gonna
Wah,
work.
lama banget
Not in
TP-nya.
this kind of like caliber though.
yes. What
Ada yang mau shrine nggak?
saying was like, yeah, they win the team fight, and then what do you think convert into?
Mas nggak main red band mas? Wajib
Your bottom
red band sekarang awal-awal.
Get back into their lineup this time around. EG,
attack.
I feel like they just
Buat
do the same thing
tat-
again, right? There's pretty much no pressure on them at
I
this
will
point.
not hesitate.
Yeah, they'll secure, just, cover the basics. We talk about drafting, there's a lot of
Yeah.
check boxes that you just want to tick one by one, and EG is very good about doing that. Hard carry for Arteezy, playmaker for Sumail, playmaker type Romu for crit, solid support for Fly. Like, they get it all. They make sure they tick all the boxes, and at no point does ever feel like EG has an incomplete draft.
I'll
Can
slip
you
through
think
their
back to
guard.
OD?
I agree.
Like the fourth game in a row, he gets it uncontested.
Yes.
Again, he gets a free farm lane.
Fifth game, I think. It goes even
Fifth
before
game
the
even?
BO3 yesterday, yeah.
Slyly.
Tati asal sa doblet.
Try to counter him, Yesterday he got it 3 times against VG,
Moving
and they didn't
quickly.
try to counter him. Today, same thing, and he just does
BKB habis des.
all the time. He deals so much damage.
Oh,
in
what did he?
fights. He plays his hero really well.
In I
At
go.
least make him play something else. You obviously can't beat it.
That's the thing too. It's getting scarier and scarier.
I am not
He
ready.
just racks up game after game after game. It's been 5
Yes.
games in a row.
I mean, he
yeah.
with like 10 OD games.
Sama Baribi.
Played the hero so much. Then the first game he's like, oh, what do I actually build? What items? Oh, this is kind of good. Now in the 5th game, he's like, whoa. Show on. 17.
Ya Bang Sandi yang farming. Land.
Yeah, just absolutely buying people up on the
Oh,
main stage.
yes.
But in all reality,
I like
the way that they've prioritized the OD. they want it. Can you ever let somebody have something that they want, especially at this level, when you're down to the wire that frequently? I mean, maybe you give it a test once, let him take a little bit of a nibble with the OD, and then you go, ouch, that hurts. Stop.
They banned Puck instead of OD. Like, yes, Sumail's a good Puck, but EG are not playing than one game against Aster. What are you thinking banning Puck instead of OD?
Pugna-pugnanya aja, selatnya agak susah ditangkap.
Ini orang semua juga. Dapat kita.
Slug away.
It all fell apart as well.
Selak.
Criticized before the game started. They can't beat
Nice.
They have no chance of winning against
Nice.
as like a solid lineup too.
Tos gua dong.
At the very least be 50-50 in the draft.
Farming.
We're going to be taking a look at the next draft of a series that could end here. We could see
Dapat corner.
on forward. If you move on forward here, you end up playing the winner of whoever does take down the next series between LG and Fnatic. The winner of that goes on to play Secret for a spot in the grand final. E-Home needs to make their stand here and extend it all the way to a third.
Hati-hati Jan. Dapat tower itu. Nice.
Balik Bang Mole.
E-Home though with the tusk.
Taking the tusk this time instead of what did they take last? Now second phase, they're definitely gonna ban Odido. I believe
Taken by surprise.
them and their capability of doing so. Oh, they pick it up themselves. All right, that works.
They've got to feel confident because they can expand this out. They don't need to pick it to block EG getting it, so they must feel like they can utilize this hero well, and also what they've seen EG do, they must feel it's incredibly strong.
Get that camera shot.
Well, you know, he's played the hero more than anyone at this tournament. He knows.
Sini, smoke.
True.
Mole.
They're probably so bored of playing it too.
Mole, hero Bang.
Can it just get something fresh in there?
Yeah, last game I think he was having fun. He was buying refresher in the enemy fountain, dropping sanity.
Abang nak main full skadi aja Bang Mole.
He was definitely having fun.
Disable kita kan agak banyak, ah?
Everybody talks about how they are. Yeah. There's that Puck again. But I will say, everybody talks about the team that feels comfortable in the loser portion of the bracket. They don't feel the pressure. They can make that run up. It gives them that hunger. It allows them to start to play to their full potential. When you see them around the event,
Not yet.
at no point, I think Bulba maybe you could say Bulba at times seems like a little bit stressed, but nobody else looks stressed when you see them around the event.
Bulba is like, he's absorbing the stress of everybody.
Yeah.
When you see him sometimes, like,
it's important for the team though.
Yeah, I mean,
Ini
doing a good job in that regard.
Perang ya.
I mean, you can tell.
He tries to play it off cool though all the time.
Yeah, he's like,
I'd be like, yeah, is it hard for you to like watch your team play?
Nah, I'm good.
Like, no, fine. Some legs shaking.
Legs shaking. He's like, hold on.
He's good.
Belakang.
Gonna see the Phoenix once again.
Ini.
Awas. Jangan.
The Phoenix, how many times now? For them.
Three games, third time in their last BO3.
Aku TP. Let's go. Aku datang dari belakang.
Go.
Pugnanya.
Ya.
Nice. Mau RS.
You've got the OD as at least somewhat of a solution for the TP. Thinking a jug for me is okay.
Keluar merah.
Tolong Bang Mole.
Kamera datang. Cinta.
Nice.
Serain dulu.
What do you want to say?
He's straightening up a bit.
Len weh.
I'm pretty sure it's just the headset pushing them. You know what I mean?
Who are you to judge that?
Kayaknya skadi badain aja Bang Mole. Badain aja Bang menurut aku Bang. Kalau nanti Pugna itu bisa dia kain.
I've been going about my superstitions
Abang.
in this tournament, so I can't judge.
When it comes to fashion, I'm definitely.
They see me not.
Slap doang.
Yeah, for sure. But not on the panel, probably on the entire event.
Tuh bantu Mepo.
Even
Selamat tuh.
Yeah, for sure.
like certainly.
Mulai.
You dropped the ball for sure.
Oh shit.
I got my own qualities, you know. Can't be good.
Balik. Tower 3 ya.
Yes.
Yeah, he corrects you. Good, don't know. Good.
just an AM spam.
No, there wasn't a correction, it was an add-on.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're always right. That's the other thing.
Yeah. And Doom, quite good against another dot. Max.
Spam aja. Apa bang?
Also here, you know, you can
Lihat tuh bang boleh. Spam bang Ribi bisa juga.
Like yesterday, 0 set.
Yeah.
Do go
Susah tuh orang tuh Egron.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
Very unfavorable matchup, but you can make it work. Other teams made it work. The OD can counter it.
Yeah, we've seen Jug actually win games against TB this year.
Yep.
Very well.
So now they're looking for position 4.
Dan.
Right.
Where falls my shadow, falls my blade.
Abang smoke sendiri gimana?
Zero for Y.
You have
3 kita.
Tuh, ini sendiri mas. Sendiri mas.
Well, last thing two males here, they're gonna be
Nice.
pick is here in the first stage.
Kirim tuh, fast.
Pas.
honestly, I wouldn't mind a sniper too much.
Sniper TVs, yeah.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Okay, there's just no catch, no heroes to get on top of the sniper really right now.
Cepat.
Where falls my shadow?
Total ada.
It's under attack.
What else is there? Pakistan.
Gua aja.
What else is good
I am
against
not ready.
Ini ya.
Aku kasih vision.
Masih vision dulu.
Have some blade.
Kayaknya bisa kalau kita warin Durasan pemulai.
Ya.
Without remorse.
Balik aja ya. Nggak pede gua juga.
Semua sini.
Yeah.
Puterin dulu dah, kalau mau.
Sini, semua.
With Trina, I feel like you actually
Go, puterin. Cari puknanya.
Salah apa tuh?
Bisa nggak nih?
imagine he misplay that.
If you don't die to OD.
Ya.
Kelak.
Nah. Nice.
Napuk.
They love this round. He almost was more.
Aku datang.
Napung. Nice.
Woo.
Sam fast.
Ya, kita aja. Tos.
Gue das.
Das. Nice.
Quick strike.
Juggernaut, they get the egg.
Kasih gua.
That TG in a nutshell.
Oh my god. Go.
My feet on the chair.
Pas ada Vladimir tuh. Gua ya.
They see not.
They have shoes under the desk. Like they come from the shoes under the desk.
Let's go.
None of those, like, I don't know.
Cepat ya. Aku nunggu di luar nih.
It's so uncomfortable. You sit there for like an hour with your shoes on. You're
Dapat tuh.
Jadi Centaur sama Grimnya ya.
sitting like this scissor
Limit ya.
like this.
Tuh Centaurnya.
Ganggu.
Tuh, mati. Cinta.
Nice.
Nih.
How is it called?
B.
Lari. Oh shit.
It's called, you know what I mean.
Scissoring something very different.
What is this?
Baik aku nih, enggak.
Never mind.
Enggak usah. Back. Back aja.
Udah baik.
Salmon.
Nice. Tak apa.
How do you like the shot?
Nice.
Udah mau makan sih.
Kita smoke ya. Hidup smoke ya.
Mid shot?
Bottom tower is under attack.
No,
Oh, sorry,
OD.
that's the other team. I just saw it on the screen. I didn't know. Okay,
Are
that's
you
what
thinking
he
about something else right now?
They can't stop me now.
Habis sek bang. Kadi pemulai.
Okay, I thought that was EG. That's EG.
Attack.
Like you two
Terlalu.
are some shit.
Osmid ya. Don't throw.
Let's talk about
Your
that,
bottom
man.
tower
Please,
is under
I have
attack.
been talking about Dota and how I'm sitting on a chair.
Oh, Death Prophet.
DP.
That's a smell here. Haven't
Yeah.
done much of it this tournament.
Good against the lineup.
Buang aku habis.
Gives them that. DP versus OD, you've got silence, which is pretty annoying. OD's going to have to go kind of BKB against that. Gives them
Like counter timings too.
Yo.
Like when OD is weak, DP is super strong.
There you go.
Sini smoke.
Now
Ke bawah.
he's self-conscious about how he's saying.
Ya, smoke ke bawah kita ya.
Let's talk about these drafts. DP, not something we've seen very much.
Sentry abang ada Bribi, aku habis pula sentry.
Well, DP, as I said, is a counter timing to the OD.
Yeah.
OD is very weak.
I'm but a
DP
shadow.
actually gets a BKB. And even
Orang
then he
aja.
can still
Gua aja ngapus. Gua aja Aegis.
Sentry aku habis ya Bribi, nak tahu bang bro.
like playing against
Gua aja yang nongol di line ya. Gua ada Aegis.
the Yule. The Juggernaut.
Ada orang. Ada Tuskar.
We like DG's pick a lot.
Jangan jauh-jauh dari gua. Jangan dari selain.
Ya.
Yeah, I think
Gue kasih seknya.
Cover P aja.
start to finish.
Jangan ke selain dia pokoknya.
Here in the first two, with the core here.
Nggak di dev sih harusnya.
I think EG just have a better understanding of how to play.
Terusin ya. Sampai tower 3 bisa.
Sees each EG going to be able to take this one clean?
Coba.
Is it going to be a 2-0 or is eHome going to be able to extend it to a third game?
Sampai tower 3 bisa ini.
Pasang sentry udah. Sentry aku jalan.
Dilepas ini sama dia.
Ayo coba tower 3.
Yo, ada ward kita.
Ya coba aku ada ular.
Oh, damage nih, aku ada damage.
Iya kan?
Aku bisa balik.
Ya, komitkan aja nanti kalau nggak kuat balik.
Tunggu ya guys, gua habis aja kalau mau balik.
Itu aku.
Nya.
So gua ada guys.
Tusk Terrorblade. This game they go the time Terrorblade. You just take the OD.
Balik dulu.
Prioritizing Radiance, eHome preferring first.
Cabut.
The exact same band, the exact same order.
Balik yang bisa balik aja.
eHome going Tusk over time. I think
Bisa balik aja.
a better hero in
Oh.
Crit did
Jangan dempet Bang San. Jaga putih.
I felt Tiangming was able to do on his tiny. It's just the nature of the hero.
Apa-apa dapat tower coy.
You're stronger in the laning phase, finding kills. More like you aren't as affected by BKBs either because of the interrupt of your ultimate.
This is
Amazing.
Is he trying to make it really obvious that he planted the ward?
Dia nahan di grab banget.
He walks up the Radiant Tower. Doesn't take it. The ping's exactly on point.
Terhabis.
It's mind games though because he could also be baiting that he placed this ward.
That's right. He actually came under the tower. He had already placed the ward.
Ya, smoke lagi ya.
Guys, he's pinging this, but why?
Sapu jauh. Kita gak mau sapu aja smoke berempat.
Yuk.
Anak-anak Bang farmingan aja Bang.
Bawah lepas aja kali. Lepas aja kita ke atasnya kali.
Follow aja Mas.
But instead they're sending the Underlord towards the top lane. It's going to have Juggernaut from Ego on the
Tolong,
top lane to work with the dual support.
Dia sendiri sih harusnya.
As well, a hero who has been popping up throughout the playoffs.
I like the decision from eHome though because you don't want to ever put Underlord against a Doom 1v1. He out-regens.
Smoke bawah lah kita ya.
Yo.
Nanti pegang Mas.
Iya.
Celatnya jauh. Baribi.
Jalan ya, benar
Very good against Underlord. He's always tanky.
Pemoleh sini Bang.
But he suffers when he's able to be taken down by abilities that are percent based.
Sama mulai aja buat.
I kind of want to keep my eyes on S.
Susah nanti kalau nyusul gitu. Dia momennya pas lagu kalau jumpa 5-5 gimana? Itu Bang.
And they just like it's a will to die.
Kalau langsung gini, kecuali kalau misalnya apa? Kalau misalnya jumpa satu, lah. Jauh deh. Abang pokoknya abang dapatin posisi sama. Beribi. Apa bu? Dabungannya bisa di sama tap. Telatnya. Ya, pokoknya jangan sampai lepas kalau misalnya dia ngedive kita.
The matchup itself isn't ideal, but throughout the game, OD hates playing against silence, and Sumel's gonna be able to hit him with a 6-second silence.
Dia ada itu apa namanya? Ada dark.
In addition, you naturally optimize for Yules, you buy a BKB, and you're high end. So OD never really has that massive.
The fuck. Ya Baribi.
Serius deh? Ya kan?
Gimana ya?
Nggak, kalau abang urusan abang ini sama
ya, tos abang tuh yang maksud. Tos tuh kalau dia misalnya ngedive kan.
Oh ya.
Soalnya tos tuh nggak bisa lepas gimana. Soalnya dia pasti dive tuh pasti pakai dark pack. Kalau bisa aku tangkap juga.
Ke bawah tuh.
Semoga. Bang Sandi abang farming aja bang. Sambil farming di hutan.
It requires too many, you gotta block him, Jug has to chase away from his creeps,
Siap ya?
Top lane, we haven't discussed it, but Faith Beyond also equally struggling. He's already burned through all 6 of his tangos, and he's still not level 2.
This is the difference, right, between the Doom as well as the Underlord. Where Doombringer, because of Devour, he has this mechanic to catch up. We saw
sini semua.
exact problem yesterday, except
Jadi ya.
yesterday's problem was a lot more. I think it was 7 kills in 7 minutes, 7 deaths in 7 minutes against.
Mama siapa bisa TP sini?
This time around, it's a lot better. Faith Beyond up on top lane has Innocence to help him out.
Tadi nyusul lah.
Actually look towards Fly. Innocence actually begins his attack onto Fly. A little bit difficult when he gets hit by the Fire Spirits while on bottom
Kami
lane.
nyari di belakang. Pusannya jalan ya.
Combo together with S4 to find the kill. They have the extra damage thanks to the clap creep.
150 damage and a 25% boost slow for 3 seconds. The best
Yeah.
for a Doom to grab, being aggressive.
Orang tuh ke atas ya. Dikasihnya tuh free.
Jangan nabrak aku tag.
Before he begins his TP, but the shackles are available. Terrorblade will fall and Fly has no other choice but back up behind.
Ambil serang kita.
Ambil.
They last pick it for a reason. The same combination VG Gaming likes to utilize.
Oh, itu
So much threat.
One more attack up the hill. He doesn't get the miss. But very far from Smell keeps him alive. The intel steal was good, and he was able to salve himself up and repair all the damage that Samel did to him while Samel was imprisoned.
Quick strike.
Mau coba, tapi Bang Sandi jaga posisi ya.
Oke.
Bentar aku BTP.
Kita coba ke tower.
This is what needs to happen. They're trying to contest.
Coba lagi yuk.
Which is just to walk into these
Jangan terlalu komit.
and continuously farm.
Tuh.
Farming the entire time. Now, yes, hurt ego a bit. He's bottom against 2, but he got so much free farm at the start that it's first it's timing to shove him completely out of the lane, whereas up top, Arctur's been relegated to the jungle.
And towards the mid.
Pantak kena suppress
Samel slowed up. ASD. He's already at 7 intel stolen. He's a little bit more damage. Crit creates the space with the avalanche. So EG can walk back behind their own tower while Fly to Icarus dive away to safety up on
Harus
top.
game kali kalau kata gua.
Shackle, but didn't have the
Ada uang, aku nggak ada uang.
before the TP completed.
Perlu aku beli.
Bisa beri B.
I was just gonna sit mid, pops the salve. Shrines are active. Doom gonna TP top, and they recognize Arctur just can't lane. He's in trouble.
Arctur is actually dead. They start with the Hex. They can go on to Spin and Shackle, and Arteezy cannot walk away. No TP supports to come in from supports because, well, they just don't exist.
It's a repeat of game 1. Ehome just moving around the map more efficiently. That's a free death.
Itu yang bikin nyusahin tuh.
There's no supports showing. You've got to assume that you're unsafe here. That's a juggernaut. Just one stun. That's going to be a kill every time. Now he's going to go back to the woods. TP's to the shrine. I think he has to stick in the jungle now.
They're going forward with crit. Initiation more Death Prophet as a Spirit Siphon up.
Yeah, fight.
They're going towards Samel.
Fight.
They want to kill off ASD up on the hillside. Does the damage. Get the distance.
Tuh.
Continue to fight if they want to. And they will not do so. Back up from the mid. Meanwhile on bottom lane, Ego as well as the Shaman.
Nah, ada masih ada centang.
There's just such a huge wave to push
Teh.
and Ego just has to
Dari sini.
Street wave is gone.
I love the roster as well. Just makes the game easier to play for Ehome. You have this natural way to take objectives without having to gain some sort of huge advantage in the waves. Like, Terrorblade with meta, sure, you can deal with the wards, but otherwise, EG, you're probably going to have to ditch any objective that Ehome really want to take down.
Terrorblade with meta just wants to try and farm the jungle, but Ehome, once again, the invasion on the back of an Invid's room for Innocence. They're able to scout this out. The courier flying a ward out to Fly. Shadow Shaman gets the Hex off. Shackles as well. Icarus sides available, so Fly will use it. The Ether Shock does a hell of a lot of damage, but they want to move over the targets. Innocence was down the observable up on top. Faith Beyond continuing his run. TP support's coming in from OD. He wants a defensive imprisonment to save Faith Beyond some time. In fact, he goes aggressive. Faith Beyond just continues to walk away while Crit comes back to the world of reality, and reality is death.
Again, well played by Ehome. Like, they're moving around the map very efficiently. They're the ones. Look at the warding they have as well. Already developed control throughout the entire team jungle. Don't believe there was no vision from EG, so they have no idea where any of these wards may have been placed, and they have utter dominance in the bottom half of EG's woods.
You see the intimidation factor on bottom lane too. Juggernaut's not even level 6, but because Shaman was just hovering nearby, Fly drops the ward, but okay, Shaman. Did he actually see that around the trees? Fly may not have been visible. He'll need TP support if he wants to kill off this Shaman. Support is walking in from the Death Prophet. Two observables.
The downside of that initial exchange by Tianming. Sure, you did a bit of harassment to Phoenix, but you're so far away from your base and you have no method of regenning your mana, so he's been walking around with one spell for quite some time. Might be able to find the Phoenix. Nope.
Biolico's dive away and they can't find the kill in mid. Sumail's Observer Ward actually saw Tuskar move in there, but he also committed a scan just to double check that Tuskar was hanging around. But now the rotation comes top, and now it's EG's vision that works for them. They back up from the tower.
S4 has a Vlad already. It's 8 minutes in. He did not exactly have a free game either. Not level 6 yet. But they should be able to secure this tower. Although this is the strength of Underlord. Faith Beyond just planting.
Bisa nih di instan nih.
Spamming the
Tas gua ada.
All the melee creatures have died.
He's coming from behind the beginning extra TP to the top lane. They want to try
Datang, aku datang.
underneath this Underlord. Tiny is going to be there. They already get the toss.
Mas.
Underlord begins to TP away to safety. Tuskar will keep him alive inside the snowball. Watch the mechanics work. Underlord.
Selak dong.
The send back. It didn't come in time. Innocent's trying to
Put,
buy his
tajaran ini, Put.
Iya. Woi, selak.
Big 3G. They get this tower.
Oh, anjir, kira.
Why? Farming bottom. Tested. Yeah, the Rasta in the jungle.
Break it.
But Sly's playing bottom side of the trees. As you can see, he'll get vision of the Rasta. And unless they get the Hex off.
Hex? They got the Hex off.
Gak ada yang mati.
He didn't follow up with the shackles.
Gimana cara serangnya, Bang? Dia BKB, terus pounce dia. Pounce dia keluar. Pakai Dark Pack. Dark Pack sekarang yang bisa cancel Hex sekarang.
Kenapa?
Mati tadi kan?
Iya.
The fuck, nggak mati.
Oke banget.
So if Juggernaut wants to present himself, he'll go for it.
Ini Puknanya kalau nggak dibunuh dulu ribet banget dah. Delay DP cepet banget. 5 detik doang.
Ada yang bisa buyback?
Who's finding who? Sumail turns around, 3 heroes together. Shards fly forward, but it pushes Crit away and locks Faith Beyond on the bottom side of the ramp. And it was not the Shards they were looking for.
They also secure 3 bounty rooms inside of the look at the map control. EHOM certainly happy with how they've played thus far, and unlike the previous game, they're not on as much of a clock. I love watching Chinese teams specifically utilize Overlord. It's a hero a lot of squads in the West just refuse to pick, and it offers you that map control that EHOM was so easily able to abuse in the previous game until their draft just ran out of gas.
Also makes it more punishing for EG as the later game does kick in.
Coba yuk fight
Shadow
Rosannya.
Shaman, we've already seen how well he can do once Massive arrives. It's just this great disable, and then again, like the key items have only been Blink and BKB in the last couple.
Pede aja. Bisa TP semua kan situ kan?
S4's having the time of his life. He's actually the #1 net worth. I don't know if that's a good thing because it means RG is falling behind.
Net profit as well. A hero at any
Oh, dapat helmet. Oh, pantesan.
That you're reliant on that turnaround. You're playing against heroes like Loki, like
Tapi kalau si Jani nggak main Hex,
iya Bang San. Nah Bang, Nepo aja. Main tim fight ya.
Nggak usah main.
Badain aja dari menurut aku. Bang Sandi buat Crimson. Itu. Ya harusnya dibadain aja.
Expecting perhaps a shrine TP, but that didn't occur. And look at our door.
He moves down.
He
doesn't see a round. Now he goes down. Has to cut through the path. TP out, they don't see him. It's a TP, the snowball will end up cancelling it. TZ will die, he almost got away. As well as S4 doing the wraparound with the Observer Ward. They see the Juggernaut. Spin is out, but Doom will go through this. And he gets back to the tier 2 tower. ASD. It's
orang tuh apa mau keluar duluan.
Build up the intel and then drop the Eclipse if possible. Doom will fall and even get the Hex. Fly, Shackles means the Supernova cannot come out. Fly, he tries to drop down one sprite. He has to know if he's going to survive this, but there's no way he does. He'll die from imprisonment and it'll be a waste of an ultimate. But look at this sustain, drop the healing ward, and eHome push.
I watched EG do that exact same move with the same failed result against Vici yesterday. That's not a dive you want to be making as two players. These teams in China right now are too with the blink forward.
This blink from ASD is really paying for itself. Death Prophet, the Omniscience kills her off so quickly. Doombringer TP's in to try and do the defense. No level of aura that he provides with eHome already used the mass symbols, but here we go again. Another blink from ASD. Support's arriving. The pit controlling on Tiny. Centaur! Neutrals fighting against China. eHome will have to back up all 5 heroes. Getting stomped off. I thought Centaur wasn't even picked.
Tadi kalau kata gua yang ini masalah di item doang sih. Kalau ada dapet Crimson terus Larka Meponya agak tanky dikit menang itu.
Abusing EG around the map. This game they take themselves off the block and it's now far more complicated and difficult for Real Geniuses to deal with this, but they need to actually make moves.
Yeah.
And the support duo specifically for eHome just feels so much better. Tusk Rasta,
toss back. That could have been a better way to do it, but you've still got Tusker Snowball. You've still got